Malfurion versus Geralt.
Okay, warrior.
Victory or death!
I must
Not a big
protect
surprise. Guess I don't keep Wrath if I have Keeper. Oh, yeah. This looks good. Yeah, pretty much. I might use the Innervate to drop a turn 4 5-drop. Never mind. Because this deck has so many, not so many, but more 5-drops than 6-drops and 4-drops. So might have been quite possible to like draw into another 5-drop in the next 2 turns, but Shredder's pretty much perfect. Also lines up quite well against this one. Let's see, the worst case is of course Whirlwind Battle Rage. Which means this is like 2 cards for him. And 1, 2, 3. I think it's fine. I guess for now I don't have to worry about this too much. Next turn I can play Druid of the Claw, trade this into one of them. Okay. Is it worth? Huh. I have a lot of options now. Could even just drop Boom. But 3 cards is too much, that's for sure. Can play Swipe, sacrifice this, trade here. Also, like, silence things. Not really.
Waits for no one.
Guess I give him a little bit armor then. Doesn't matter. Not really. Actually, I could have kept both around. Trading this into...
Speak to me.
Might have made a little difference. Not too much, I guess. This is 9 mana, I have 8. That's sad. I guess I'll just clear this then. And silence it.
I must safeguard the land.
This is my responsibility.
For the wild.
Next turn Boom looks good enough. He's a little bit low on cards, so I want to keep it that way.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
He doesn't. Oh, he didn't trade. Huh, that's interesting. Oh. Access to 11 mana would need 12 for these, but 2, 4, 8 plus 8, 6, well, it's far away.
This is my responsibility.
Nature
clearing this because of Battle Rage. It's one before the Warsong combo. Should try to get...
Pass me that
I
arc
might
light
want to get rid of this. But maybe it's lethal also if he doesn't... Okay, has an execute. So that's 4. That's another 4. It's 8. 8 plus 1 to 10, 18. With 12 mana I would need 13 for double Druid of the Claw. Savage Raw. I could actually use a Savage Raw here. 8, 10, 12. If he only has a Warsong combo, playing 2 Druids of the Claw should be really good. And I want to get rid of this body, of course. So let's see how this turns out. Turns out this way. Fine. I think that's better than charging him, just because it makes it awkward for him. If he has like Warsong, Patron, Innervate, he can go through one of these by sacrificing both Patrons. And they don't die to Deathspite. Otherwise I could have done like 8 damage last turn. Put him down to 16.
I wonder.
If he hits one, he goes down to 12. But no, the reason why I did this was to protect these guys, of course. Because of Warsong Patron. I don't want to allow him to go through these taunts and then, I don't know, do something there. Second execute. There we go. That's 6, 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. It's not quite enough again. I guess I'll have to trade here. Which makes... Actually, I might have taunted 1. Taunting 1 and charging 1 might have been the best way to do it, actually. Fine. I could go for it, though. Again, that's 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. I can put him down to 4 with hero power. But then this is also around. Maybe just change. Yeah. This way. Already used 2 executes. I have lethal on the board for now. But of course he has the whirlwind, so he can do some crazy stuff. This Innervate could have as well have been something like a weapon destruction card. Uh-oh.
I wonder.
A fight! Count me in! Everyone, get in here!
It's weird. Okay, he hopes that this doesn't hit his face, I guess.
Everyone, get in! Everyone, get in here!
It did.
Well played.
Dorgan, do you think 2 Drakes and a Kazan are good replacements for Ooze, Sylvanas, and Thaurissan? Well, if you meet a lot of mages and hunters, then yeah, why not? But this deck is heavily tagged against weapon classes for the moment.
Malfurion versus Thrall.
Kjeks.
For Doomhammer, I must protect the wild.
Second time I meet this guy. I think I keep one keeper. And Druid of the Claw is actually quite a good keep also. Given the wild growth. Okay. Looks like I coin first turn. I'm not sure if I need this one in the matchup. Depends on what kind of shaman it is. I want to have this against both kinds, basically.
Naxxramas is ours.
Okay, this looks like a more regular approach of Midrange Shaman. Guess I'll just play this for board control. Then probably Belcher a Druid of the Claw. Probably Belcher next turn. He has 2 mana this turn though.
I must safeguard the land.
The question is whether or not I want to kill one of these wolves. He's either going to play Totem or Flametongue Totem next turn. If he plays Flametongue, he can kill one of these. Will be hard to get through.
I must
I guess I kill one. If he has Earthshock, he can kill this. Biggest problem is that I don't have like the 1 mana, the 2 mana spare to do this trade. Yeah, okay. Kinda assumed this would happen. I can actually play the second keeper. It could be worthy silence target still, but I think, like I said before, in this matchup it's so much about board control. I can keep the shade around this way. His turn 5 might be Belcher, then I can trade here very well. Okay, let's just go for
I
it.
must safeguard the land.
Both keepers gone is a little bit of a problem though, but at least I have the board for now. Pretty good top deck. Although I still cannot play 2 of these next turn. All these 5 drops. But the turn afterwards I can drop 2 of them. Hex? Hex. Which one do I drop now? And do I play the Ooze? I still have Harrison, but it's 1 in 20. And I might run Power Maces, for example. I'm not sure about the current lists. Let's just assume he doesn't.
For the wild, feel nature's wrath.
Next turn I can drop these 2. And then maybe I draw into like a Savage Roar or something. Then I probably have a really big board that I can protect with Loatheb. Oh, the 1 on 20. Clearing the Azure Drake is kind of awkward right now. That's why playing Loatheb is quite a good idea, I guess.
I see.
Where shall I strike?
If he has an Earthshock, he can still kill this. Because he has spell power on the board. He probably has another source of spell power. Having a Savage Roll might have been lethal actually, right? 3 attacks, 6, 8. Well, this would be a good time for... Nope, no swipe. I think I don't want to play any of these cards. Which means I fall behind a lot. 8, 10, 11... But I have to play around Flame Tongue also. Well, I have to play the Harrison Jones. There's... Can be super valuable against like both Doomhammer and Power Maze, but I think not developing anything here would be a mistake. Because I basically only have the Loatheb on the board right now.
That belongs in a museum.
For the wild. Time waits for no one. Feel nature's rush. Ooze.
Lightning Storm. And I probably... well, I had to trade here, basically. That's a 50-50. Okay. That's 10, 12, 13... 5 off. Still Savage Raw, Swipe, Force of Nature. Guess I have to cycle. This doesn't quite help. One thing is if I would have played the BGH last turn, I would have had lethal now. But I think it would have been overextending anyways. I think I keep my healthy minions around.
Nature's rush. For the wild. Time waits for no one.
I mean that I didn't kill him told him pretty much that I don't have a Savage Raw anyways. So I keep my healthy minions around in case. He drew a lot of cards in the meantime. He might have like Lightning Storm. There we go. Pretty good totem for him. Okay. Well, this sucks.
I've got a beast in my stomach.
Guess I don't have much of a choice anyways. So it's still Savage Raw, Swipe, Force of Nature, Ancient of Lore. Okay, well... But... He didn't play a single Rockbiter yet. Double Rockbiter would be 10 plus 6, 16, 17.
I have no time for games.
For the wild.
think I'm afraid enough to go like this. Because of Flame Tongue Totem. Used both Urshocks. He has 1 Hex for this. Rockbiter. Rockbiter. What now? Crackle?
Pay
No.
attention, class.
Okay.
You win this one.
I wonder how the game would have developed if I would have used the Harrison Jones. If I would have kept the Harrison Jones in my hand instead of playing it. I would have drawn a bunch of cards, but until then I wouldn't have had such a good board presence.
Malfurion versus Ooze.
And a Paladin.
I will fight with honor. I must protect the wild.
Well, that's a somewhat better hand. Okay, significantly better.
The light protects me.
And it's aggro. Which means it's good to have the Sludge Belcher. I hope he plays something like Juggler now. Yep, perfect. Although he could coin
I must
Blessing of Kings, which is kinda annoying too. Blessing of Might is annoyingly enough, I guess. Oh. No. Great. I have to get rid of the Divine Shield for this exact reason. I'm not sure if I want to play lores for card draw actually because of Divine Favor. Actually, he plays Shredders. I think it isn't aggro. It might be midrange. Whoops. Midrange with Squire instead of Chow. Interesting.
feel nature's wrath. For the wilds.
Would have liked the Wrath a lot more, obviously. Okay, it's aggro. Force of Nature to clear. If I play Engine of Lore and he has Divine Favor, I get into really big trouble. If he plays a card and Divine Favor, he has 2 cards. I have 4 cards, he draws 2, which is kinda okay-ish. On the other hand, I have to play these lores at some point. Could play one for heal and trade. I have to get rid of the Divine Shield also. Okay, exactly what I said. Drawing now could be a good idea because weapon destruction cards.
Shields up. Red alert.
Well, that's not a weapon destruction, but I might just keep them for heal actually. Might use a consecration, but I think that's okay. If I would have traded with Shredder, it would have almost been the same, so. Okay. 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 Now he's out of cards. Means that 2 lores for heal are pretty good. That's 11. 11 plus 6. 18, 20? I'm 1 off. Oh well, I'll just play it safe. Yep. The biggest amount of damage he should be able to draw is Leroy. Leroy is 6, and then I win. If he draws Divine Favor, he has 6 mana. Means probably like Arcane Golem. Played 2 Blessing of Might already. Maybe Arcane Golem double abusive, something like that.